What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive and faster than a speeding bullet SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's video, we are continuing the swashbuckling adventure of Matthew Murdock with Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil issue number 3. But before we get weird, searching the bowels of the underworld and through the hellish pits of the hand, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that's happening on this lovely and majestic channel. And because we've managed to cross over 1,000 subs, let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan as we try to reach 200 more subs before the end of 2022. Thus, without further ado, let's get freaky with Marvel's Daredevil issue number 3. Our story begins with Detective Cole North and Daredevil sitting down in your average New York City diner, and they're talking about things related to Daredevil's world. More specifically the hand, because right now the main objective in Daredevil's life is to stop the hand. No room for resurrections, no ninja sorcery, no room for mistakes. Matt is 100% intent on destroying the hand once and for all. Now, in the way in which Matt wants to handle this is by starting up a group called the Fist. And with partner in crime Elektra already down to join, Matt's trying to recruit other allies to his cause. People like Cole, who's proven to be someone who's incorruptible, but he's also someone who is trustworthy. Cole's a good guy. He can hang. And whenever you're dealing with the hand, well, you should bet your bottom dollar that you're going to need someone who you can trust. However, despite the fact that Cole would do anything in order to halt the forces of evil, at the end of the day, the dude is a cop, and he swore an oath that he would uphold the law no matter what. He swore that he would never become a vigilante. Now that's cute and all, but Matt knows the truth. He knows that deep down, Cole is down to kick some ninja ass, because thanks to his senses, Daredevil can sense that Cole's heartbeat is giving off heat. Now, obviously that's one of the symptoms whenever someone is lying, but it also means excitement, which means even though Cole said no, he's actually down to join. I guess you can say that before he can commit, he needs a moment to just, think about it. But yeah, Cole is down to join the Fist. Next up, we have Mayor Cage. That's right, folks. Following the events of Devil's Reign and Devil's Reign Omega, Luke Cage won the mayoral election, and thus our unbreakable skin hero is now the mayor of New York City. And with that, Daredevil is here to recruit Luke Cage to the Fist. But unfortunately, being mayor also comes with responsibilities. And sometimes as mayor, you have to talk with the people whom you probably don't want to have any association with, such as the notorious Stormwinds. Yep, remember those old monsters? Well, it turns out Luke Cage as mayor has a meeting with them. And despite knowing that the Stormwinds are monsters, regardless of it, Luke has a duty. And sometimes when you're a grown-up, sometimes duty has you dealing with monsters. And once Luke Cage says that, he tells Matt that he's doing the exact same thing with Elektra. Shots fired. Shut up! But clearly Matt doesn't see it that way. And so once Luke Cage is en route to the meeting, Daredevil uses his radar senses and acrobatic finesse in order to track down Cage across the city to where the Stormwinds, the House Bolton of the Marvel Universe, are being held up. Now check it, because the last time we saw the Stormwinds, they literally got their pants pulled down by Fisk. Big Man just walked straight into their room and told the two of them to suck a fuck. But because of that incident at the end of Devil's Reign, security has been maxed out times 3,000. Triple the guard, and they even have an invisible force field protecting them from within their room. Legit, these folks were wounded, and now they are hellbent and never letting anything like what Fisk did to them happen to them ever again. They're pretty jaded, and God almighty, do I hate these characters so much. Legitimately, they are the House Bolton of the Marvel Universe. I cannot emphasize that enough. They suck, and they are treating Luke Cage like crap, because the reason why they invited Luke Cage was to simply brag to the new mayor of New York on the amount of wealth and power that they hold. If they want something, they'll take it. If they're missing something, they'll replace it. Basically, the conversation is this: don't fuck with us, because if you do, Mr. Cage, we will fuck back. And make no mistake, just because you have children doesn't mean they are safe. They will suffer just as you will if you try to do anything to us. If you try to do anything stupid. But because this is Luke Cage, he ain't willing to sit back and hear old people threaten his family. And so with that, he smashes the table and he walks out, letting the Stormwinds know that he isn't Fisk. For Luke Cage is power, and he has friends. And some of those friends have magic hammers. So watch out. Meanwhile, we have Daredevil listening in on the conversation because, much like us the reader, he hates the Stormwinds with a fiery passion. However, Daredevil eventually gets busted as the Stormwind security forces ambush the man without fear, and thus a fight ensues. And via the loudspeaker, the Stormwinds are teasing our hero, bragging about their top-tiered alliance security and that Daredevil doesn't stand a bloody chance. Now, luckily, because Daredevil knows when to pick and choose a fight, Matt makes his escape by launching himself through the window. However, once he lands on a neighboring rooftop, that's when he's caught by an assassin. Now for Matt, he can't tell whether this female assassin is young or old, but his scent is able to catch that it's made of ash and whetstone. Basically, she smells like death. And that can only mean one thing. This assassin is a part of the Hand. And boom, this woman makes her way over the mat and literally kicks him in the face. And seemingly she is fast with her moves. And so it's giving Daredevil a run for his money. But he ain't about to give up just yet, because Matt is determined to kick ass. Now this woman, she starts telling Matt that the Stormwinds are the Hand's newest partners. Because with the Hand being reacquainted with ancient rituals and new powers, and with the help of the Stormwinds, they now have access to the entire world, making the Hand more dangerous than ever before. Now as the fight progresses, the woman reveals that it's hard for her to believe that Matt will one day rule the Fist against the Hand. And it's even harder to believe that his beloved, aka Elektra, had actually once tried to recruit Matt to the Ancient Order of Ninjas. And that's when Matt realizes who this is. For this woman is named Akka, and she's the one who trained Elektra within the Hand. So yeah, she's bad news. Now eventually Akka is able to ambush Matt in an empty room, and using Hand sorcery, she's able to paralyze him. And with that, it gives her a moment to talk. And she goes on to say that the Hand, at the moment, is being led by Frank Castle. That's right folks, Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, is leading the Hand to glory. And I think it's safe to say, with Matt being a Catholic and all, he ain't too much of a fan of the Punisher. Especially now with him leading the Hand, like that's gonna give him the creepies. Now Matt, he's wondering why she's telling him this, because like, why aren't you gonna kill me? To which he then says that the prophecy needs him to know. For the Fist fits into the Hand, and to get there, you need to suffer unbelievable loss. And with that, she makes her escape. And it's right then in that moment where Matt is able to move again. However, this causes Matt to freak out because he is scared. Legit, this guy is terrified because the Punisher leads the freaking Hand. And not only that, but the Punisher knows Daredevil pretty well, so he likely knows who he's close with. And because Matt is paranoid at the moment, while also thinking back to Goldie, the words of his supposed guardian angel, Matt isn't planning to lose anyone ever again. Thus, Daredevil shows up on the front steps of Foggy's place, telling his best friend to pack his bags because they are going on a trip, because he's not going to let his bestie leave his side, not even for a second. And that, folks, was the end of Daredevil issue number 3. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly, truly means the world to me. Chip Zdarsky continues to be a badass Daredevil writer, up to par with probably Frank Miller. I love how the issue is written, it flows extremely well, the characters are saying what they would say, and I love seeing the use of the character Cole North. I think he's definitely one of those coolest additions to Daredevil's supporting cast, and I can't wait to see how his journey plays out. And yeah, I obviously hate the Stormwinds. I think they're the worst of the worst, but honestly, that is a huge compliment to the writing. When it comes to bad guys, they're obstacles for our heroes to face. They are bastards, and so for us readers, we want to hate these characters, because at the end of the day, we want to see our heroes succeed. We want to see Luke Cage being the best man that he can be. We want to see Daredevil win against the Stormwinds. It's building a challenge to overcome. And hot damn on a stick, I cannot wait for the Stormwinds to get punched in the face. God, I cannot wait. And obviously, I'm hyped to see Daredevil confront Frank Castle. That's going to be an epic fight, and I simply just cannot wait. One of my favorite issues in Zdarsky's Daredevil was, I think, back in issue 4, I believe, where Frank captured Matt and tied him to a chair. Oh my god, just such a dope issue. Oh, I can't wait. My only complaint was how the issue ended. And this honestly is just me being a nitpick, but hey, that's why I'm here. It seemed abrupt and somewhat less enticing than the prior issues. But again, it's something so small and so unimportant that it doesn't ruin anything. But yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer over at SuperCliff. And if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button. And also the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload. And so you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 4? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.